Washington or the Giants, we're cooked.
Eagles were cooked.
Okay. We can't like when you get to
Surely you
playoff
could beat the
teams, we're gonna come back.
Giants.
No, we're gonna come back from 21 down, whatever. Everything gets better in the playoffs, and we've shown a propensity even at home. We're battling back to win by 1 or 2 points. That's just
Right.
not gonna work.
Well, I only have 97 subs now.
Yeah.
Someone unsubscribed. Assholes.
Oh, Billy Bob.
Dude, don't do it to me, Billy Bob.
No, we're just cooked. I mean, think about this. Detroit is 7-7. Detroit. So I told you. Remember, I said this in our when we did the podcast. I said I think they should blow the shit up. All the teams are bad. Just blow it up. Start over. Nope. We got to keep. We're 11-3, and we still might make it out of our first home playoff game. Just blow the shit up. Every other team is kind of on a rebuild.
The Packers say we're still alive.
No. Like, okay, and we had this conversation, so I'll get you into this conversation. I want to hear your notes on it. Chicago in the division. What do you think about them picking up Chase Claypool?
What do I think about them picking up Chase Claypool?
And supposedly taking that player away from the Packers.
Who did they take from the Packers? Okay. Okay, and so what exactly, what part of it do you want me to actually break down?
Okay,
the pickup for the Bears?
No. So I'll break this down. So now the Bears know that they have a really good quarterback in Fields that he can run, and then if he develops passing the ball,
he could throw it too. The team's just bad.
Right, but Claypool does not set up to how they want to play offensively. So he's not, again, Fields is not going to put shit on the money, which you need to do to get to Claypool. What they really needed to do was get a more athletic wide receiver that's fast, maybe even more technical, that could do a lot of stuff underneath. And then when Fields develops, then you got, in a sense, I'm not.
I agree with you, but I see it in the inverse. I think that right now you have Darnell Mooney, right? Who's not a number one in my opinion, but he's capable of being a downfield, slotty, a guy who could stretch the field, a guy that could do some slot stuff. He could obviously get you 80 catches, 1,000 yards, and X amount of touchdowns. He could be that guy, but you got to remember, when he was that guy, he had Allen Robinson across from him, too, who was helping ease some of that pressure. I think this is the thing with Chase Claypool. You got to look to, before you go into how he fits in the team, you got to analyze Chase Claypool. What did they trade for him? A second-round pick?
Yep.
So I think the reason why the Steelers traded Chase Claypool for second-round pick was because Mike Tomlin is great at taking dudes that actually want to be good, that want to be great, even if they're not that talented, and putting together really good, really fundamentally sound, disciplined, focused, caring football teams together. You can make the argument that at times Mike Tomlin has had football teams that aren't necessarily the most talented players, but he absolutely squeezes the most out of those guys. Look at one of my favorite players is Ryan Clark. And Ryan Clark wasn't the most athletic guy, wasn't the biggest guy, wasn't the fastest guy, Mike Tomlin squeezed every ounce that he could out of that dude, and he was a Pro Bowl caliber player for a couple of years. I think Mike Tomlin, you got to look at it from both sides. Mike Tomlin's got at the time, Mike Tomlin had 3 good wide receivers. Mike Tomlin definitely likes to play more of a balanced style of football at times. I think he's seen how good, and I think he's seen the talent that he has in Pickens, and realizes that Pickens is going to be the best player out of those 3 guys, right? Deontay Johnson, as much as Matt hates him, and as much as I get frustrated with him too, is actually a really good player. Like, if Deontay Johnson can get to the point where he's not dropping the ball all the time, he's not making stupid decisions with the football, runs forward when he catches the ball, the dude's actually really, really good. So I think Tomlin's like, okay, well, I got this guy that could potentially be a 1, and I got a guy that could potentially be a 1A or a B to this guy. Chase Claypool from day one proved he's not the type of locker room guy, and he's not a guy that right now wants to be great. And if you don't want to be fucking great, you're not going to play on Mike Tomlin's team. Right?
Here, but again,
so I think Chicago was willing to put the second round pick out. I think Chicago took Chase Claypool because what we've seen out of Chase Claypool is this: big, strong, fast, athletic guy who could do a lot and produce, right? If you get him the football, he doesn't need the most accurate guy. He's a big, rangy guy. And you could just put the ball in his hands. He could do a lot of shit. He's actually a pretty good player. But the difference between Chase Claypool, who has all the talent in the world, is all the other things that Mike Tomlin values in players. And what do? You got a guy, George Pickens. You're going to go with the guys that are really good, that are coachable, over the guy that's pretty good. When George Pickens got traded, or not George Pickens got traded, Chase Claypool, if he wants professional instead of worrying about like what music gets played at practice, Chase Claypool has all the tools in the world to be a number 1 guy. He's producing very well in his first 2 years, and he's not even putting in the work and optimizing his talent. I think they went and got him, and I think they're hoping they can mold him into a possible number 1 for that team for them. I definitely think that what Chicago should do is possibly spend the money on a real number 1 alongside Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney, and I really think that would open up their game. I agree with you, but the talent, the approach, I think, is inverse. That's just my opinion. I think they went and got him because he can make plays and Fields can get him the football.
So this is my thing on. I'm on the inverse because I'm looking at Fields on the team in instead of on the out. If you're going to trade away your older players, you're going to trade away Roquan Smith, you're going to trade away some of your defensive linemen that are like, you're going to get rid of money. I just thought that getting Claypool, you're going with your young players and they're actually playing well, and you're going to sit behind Fields. And I was just like, but why would you got assets, why would you go after Claypool out of all people? Why would, you got the assets, it's like, yo, keep that
because
second round.
Well, it's because he's young, cheap, and talented.
Right, but
he's already proven he could. Yeah, he's already proven he could definitely play.
But
so they're probably banking on, can we coach him and push him in the way that he has the talent to go in? It's no different than you know how dudes draft defensive ends that didn't produce, but they just have all the skills in the world? Some coaching staffs bank on their ability to develop a player, is what I'm saying.
I just think that the GM and the matchup.
I'm not saying I would have traded for him, but I understand what they're doing.
Yeah. So again, you understand my argument. I'm not.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm saying, okay, if you're going to go in to rebuild this team, and then you're like, okay, Fields is our guy. Yo, this dude is coming out here. He's balling out. We get him running. My thing is I don't think Claypool fits what Fields is right now and moving forward in the next couple of years. Fields is not an accurate dude when it
Well,
comes to that. Fields,
do you think
Fields,
he's not
Field,
accurate because he has
no,
bad
no,
dudes around him?
no. I
I
think
think
he's
that's
not.
why.
I no. I think he's not accurate when you're trying to target players way downfield. He's accurate underneath. So what I would think is if you would go to a dude that was more technical on the underneath stuff, because Fields is not there is going to be surveying the field and be like, yo, I'm going to hit this dude when he breaks open. That's not Fields' game. Fields' game is the dude is open, then I'll get it to him. Like if he's wide open, I'll get it to him. That's not Claypool's game. Claypool is go up and catch the ball. And me and Matt had this conversation. It's a dude that go up and catch.
But I
That
definitely
doesn't
think that helps
necessarily-
Fields though.
Yeah, but I don't. But
Because
I don't think that plays into Fields'
in
game.
in games
you're-
where Fields has to trust his dudes to make those throws, that's a guy who can go up and get the ball.
Yeah, but
It's the reason why they should have kept Allen Robinson. Like, for example, he can win contested catches. Is what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I've watched the Moss dudes.
I don't. But I don't. But again, I don't think that works in. I don't think that works into Fields' game. Field is not a dude that's going to throw into traffic. That's not his game.
I mean, we'll see. We don't know. He's 21.
Right, but he hasn't. He hasn't done that since.
What would you say a percentage of the receivers in the league are? They're doing this to go out there and do
Not many. Not many.
that's a rare skill that even the best players that do it rarely get that opportunity, right? Like if they weren't going to take care of Devontae Adams or Debo, there's really not many guys that are going to go out there and get wide open. Claypool is a good body receiver. He will make a contested catch. But the opportunity for him to throw was kind of slim. I didn't think that was their MO, right? And that's the thing is like, I feel like there's a massive problem right now with the NFL is suffering with identity things. And you've got teams like the Ravens, the Steelers that have always been the power run, we're going to play defense, smash mouth type football team, and now they're trying to switch to the passing and pass. They haven't done it, so they don't know what the fuck it looks like. And you're seeing teams like the Ravens struggle, you're seeing teams like the Steelers struggle because they still have all these.
Well, hold on. To be fair, personnel changes all the time. The last up until Big Ben got burnt, there was a 6-year stretch where the Steelers could pass the ball as good as anybody. You got to have the personnel to do it. Well, no, that team when Big Ben had Antonio Brown and all those other dudes on the same team, they could sit back. But that's what I'm saying. Personnels change over time, so like you have to amalgamate yourself based on your personnel. And the idea that a team, I don't think Chase. The talent, though. Yeah, the talent, though. They definitely upgraded their talent at wide receiver in terms of pure talent. But I don't think he's eventually going to be a number one because I don't think he wants to be. But all right, hop in here, Adam. KJ Osborne's good, though. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I think it's going to be an interesting game, right? Is it going to be the team that shows up, or is it going to be the team that doesn't? Like, they're all over the place this year. We've seen them dominate. We've seen them fucking almost lose to the goddamn goddamn points. Like,
Right.
it's all over the place. It's hard to tell where you're gonna put the Vikings. But with the Claypool trade, I love it for the Bears.
Well, you also love Chase Claypool. I'm not as high on Chase Claypool as you, but
I don't like the bullshit, right? I definitely don't like the bullshit, but I will say the dude can play football.
yeah, for sure.
I just,
But I
to
do
me-
agree. I do agree
me,
with what
I don't
Anton
think it
says
matches up.
about
I don't
Fields.
I don't think,
I think they're gonna. I do understand what Anton's saying, but I just don't think they're gonna implement Chase Claypool the way everyone thinks they're gonna implement him. No, what they're
don't
gonna do.
like-
What they're gonna do with Chase Claypool is they're not gonna throw the ball deep with Chase Claypool. They're gonna run specific routes to just get the ball in his hands and let him be. You just let him dominate physically. You don't throw the ball to him down the field. I mean, he could definitely win over dudes, win over the top, but
I think
I do
they're
think at the end of the
I think
day,
they're
you guys aren't
super-
giving Justin Fields enough credit. That's where my hang up
No,
is. But
I'm kind of not giving Claypool the credit. I don't. Number one,
all right, we all in here? Okay.
number one, I don't think. I think the way that how Fields works and how Claypool game is, I just don't think it gels together. I don't think like Justin Fields is not going to turn around and like, oh, I'm going to throw a contested shot downfield.
Maybe next year.
No, yeah, right.
Maybe
It's not
next year.
this year. Not
Right,
this
but
year.
this season's
But then
over though.
You're anticipating him to do that maybe next year.
Yeah, I definitely
not
think
a
he has the
guarantee.
skills to.
I think you wasted a second round pick on him. Let him
Hell
go,
no.
and then possibly if you're gonna let him. if
Oh,
you're
I
trying
thought
to
you
take
meant
him away
wasted a
from-
field on Fields. I was like, whoa.
No. On Claypool, because possibly this is what me and Matt had said. Possibly if you're trying to take him away from Green Bay, like, oh, that's not the play either. Why are we trying to take players away from other teams? Yo,
Yeah,
you
I think
need to
that's a little
work and
weird.
draft on your like.
I could see if it
You
was
look
like a
at your
free agent
own-
offering, right? Like if you knew Green Bay wanted to keep Devontae Adams and you slide it in there, paid a little more for Devontae Adams or a free agent, I could see that. But yeah, like a dude on a rookie deal, I agree with you. Like you're really concerned. You're not even going to compete like with that team anyways. I mean, well, this
Right,
year
you're
it's
gonna
like,
be-
you know.
you're gonna be number one. You're gonna be below
mean,
them. And
yeah.
number two, that's not a guarantee that player works out.
Even
for that team anyway.
stays, right? Or even
And
stays with
if
you.
if that team is going after that player and has got problems at wide receiver, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fix.
Yeah.
They're clutching at straws to get there.
I think that.
I don't think.
Oh, for sure. I thought he's played well. Yeah. And
But
it's
he doesn't-
crazy
but
because this
again,
year
he
his
doesn't do that.
accuracy's
He
been
doesn't
actually
do that.
good statistically and analytically.
He doesn't do that.
Well, at the listen.
No,
At
so-
the end of the
so
day,
I'm-
if you're going to pay a quarterback, he's got to be able to play no matter what's around him. If you're going to pay a
But
quarterback,
what I'm saying is how they roll. What does Justin Fields do a lot? His best attribute is tucking the ball and running.
Well,
and
it
he
has
does
to be
that
right now.
phenomenally. But the problem is he doesn't wait around for wide receivers to get open or to throw to players that are contested.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm questioning.
Right.
It's like you go into a Claypool that he's really not going to throw to a contested dude in the corner of the end zone. Yo, Justin Fields going to tuck that shit and run and probably get the
Right.
touchdown from 20, 30 yards out doing his thing. So he's going to take that over trying to throw the Claypool in the corner. of the
right,
end zone.
right now,
All
and
I'm
I
saying
do
is,
right
all
now.
I'm saying is that GM and that front office value Claypool, not necessarily knowing that Justin Fields values that wide receiver in that same way. So did you waste a second round pick on a dude that Justin Fields ain't gonna use that much?
Well, I mean, it's better than paying Allen Robinson again. Because they dodged that bullet.
Allen Robinson was a beast in Chicago. All
Right,
of a
but I'm just
sudden,
saying,
he
like, all of a
shit
sudden he
his
fell
butt out.
off. I mean,
Right.
you could
For
be in
some-
worse
for some-
positions.
Right. I just my the only thing I was questioning.
Hey, I see both
was,
sides. All right.
Yeah, the only thing I wasn't knocking either Justin Fields or Claypool. I was just like, is Claypool the fit for today's Chicago team? And I just was like,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just don't think he's talented enough to change the bar there because the team's not that good.
correct. No, and that's 100%.
But a second round
I will
pick
agree.
isn't that egregious. You know?
No, but
For a guy that's
but
physically
the
talented,
man-
his rookie
but-
year he had 800 yards and 2 touchdowns. I got somebody, and then someone got me.
No, AJ Brown to the Eagles is just fucking too.
Yeah. Well, because
Okay.
again, and that's another guy.
Fight for your chance to redeploy.
Okay.
Right, but here's the thing too. That's another guy. As much as I love the maturation of Hurts, and he's definitely improved, that is definitely another guy that wouldn't play as well as he's playing if he didn't have one of the most elite groups of dudes to throw the football to. As much as Josh Allen has less talent. Yeah, but Josh Allen has less talent to throw to than him.
We should.
Okay, he's got one guy.
We should give AJ Brown some credit. He had.
But that's what I'm saying.
he
AJ
got-
Brown's
he
a
got
monster.
Tannehill and now Hurts. Like, yeah, AJ
Yeah,
Brown.
AJ Brown's a beast.
That shit where he got above the fucking corner and Hurts put it in the spot. Now give credit to Hurts, but AJ Brown won that fucking matchup to get over the top of that. I mean, that's AJ Brown fucking.
Now, and listen, Hurts is definitely approved across the board on everything he's doing. At the end of the day, you still got to give everyone on the team credit for only having one fucking loss and shit like that. But there's not a lot of quarterbacks that truly can carry a team. And I told Chad that I personally, Josh Allen is hands down one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. I go, where he gets a lot of flack from is, yes, he's got Stephon Diggs, but there's other quarterbacks in the league that have their teams are constructed a lot better around them. I think Allen's efficiency dips is because he's definitely the one quarterback right now in the league that's an elite tier where he has to really, a lot of it is truly predicated on him doing a lot of things for the offense. Like, he really has to at times put that offense on his back. And I think that leads to, you're not going to make the best decision every time, especially if you don't have as deep as a talent pool to get the ball to, things of that nature. No, but I'm just saying when right. But for example, I'll use the Bengals for example. As good as Joe Burrow is, you don't think that Joe sits back in the locker room and talks his team and is like appreciative of the fact that not only is he one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but I got 2 number ones I can throw the football to. I got one of the best slot receivers in the league, and then I have one of the best running backs in the league. Like, but what I'm saying is and same thing. But I'm just saying same thing with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has hands down the best. Really good running backs. He's got a plethora of really good targets. He's got the best tight end. I just think there's certain teams that are just better constructed. And I think the reason why the Bills struggle at times is I just think they're slightly not as constructed well as a few of the other top tier teams. Josh Allen has to do a lot more for that offense than a lot of guys.
Quarterback is the most, it's the most pivotal position in the NFL. No, it's the most pivotal. If you've got a good team or a bad team, it'll drastically affect your play.
What I'm saying is, when you look at those top 5-ish guys, he's definitely has to do a lot more than those other guys. It doesn't make anyone any better than anyone else. All those guys are fantastic, and anyone that doesn't have a good quarterback would fucking trade a fourth of their roster to get a guy like that on their team. But it's like, he definitely, with that current state of the Bills team, he's the whole offense besides Diggs. Like, he's the whole offense. You know.
And I mean, that's the thing though, like, you're talking about a dude that's mobile. Like, Josh Allen doesn't end up seeing a match.
Yeah.
But his trajectory takeoff is hilariously right after we just die and start this over.
Tom's still out here. Oh, you're still out there too. No, he's still alive, but
Well, no, I killed the dude and I tried to cross the fucking water.
I got you.
And we're getting revived right here. Let's go.
I'm good. Go.
and like it's so yeah. I mean, obviously, I value the quarterback, but you still gotta construct a really good team. You know, you still gotta construct a really good team. If you looked at if you looked at the Bengals, if you looked at the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the 49ers, I'm just saying, yes, they do. I'm just saying, if you took, that's a lot different. That's a lot different though. That's an exception. That's the exception.
But I mean, like, there's tons of guys that get thrown into it. Like, look at fucking Trevor Lawrence, right? Trevor Lawrence goes to one of the worst teams, and he fucking sucks. He's a bust.
No, he's not. What I'm saying is, if you look at those top teams, right? The easiest place for you to probably have success as a quarterback would be the 49ers, because the 49ers have everything but the kitchen sink on that team, and it's constructed in a way that you can win in multiple ways. The offense amalgamates himself to any game plan because of the scheme and the talent. It makes it a lot easier. I guarantee you, if you took the top 5 teams, Bills being included, and you were a quarterback, and you took the starter off each team, and you just looked at the rosters, I would say right now, and it's why I don't have the Bills going to the Super Bowl, I just think those other 4 teams are better, and you would have an easier time winning on those 4 other teams if you were a quarterback, if you had to choose, if you were being honest. But that being said, Josh Allen's absolutely fucking fantastic. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders right now, but I do think they're not far from constructing the team a little bit better, so they could be, you know. But you never know. Maybe the real Vikings will show up, go on a run. What do you say, Swaggy? What were you gonna say? Oh God, he doesn't exist.
Let's go.
I don't know about all that. Dude's played for like 2 years. Yeah, he's only been in the league a year and a half. I would say that if you compare the two of them with the small sample size, I could make the argument, if you look at what Jamar Chase has done so far and what he's actually physically capable of, his overall skill set, I definitely think that if his trajectory is to go north, like if he's going to keep getting better and actually have a prime, right? I mean, look how good Jamar is at 22. However old he is, right? Say if he was to have a trajectory of a really good player, and if he was only to get better for here until he was like, say, 30 and had a prime, you know, like a lot of the great receivers have, you can make the argument that someday he could probably be better. He definitely is a more skilled player. He could do a lot more than Chad could do, but he's only played a year and a half. You won't know until
I got you.
You won't know until we get there. But there's definitely things he can do.
Avoid that
There's definitely
time.
things that Jamar has in his tool bag and skill set that Chad didn't have. No, he's got to play. He's got to play. No, Chad was a fantastic route runner. He had great speed. He understood how to beat coverages. He understood coverages really well. Jamar Chase can do all of that. I think Jamar Chase has a lot more in the run after catch, a lot more in the physical department. I think he plays a lot tougher than Chad. And I'm talking about my favorite football player, and Chad Johnson. I definitely think there's some things that Chase can do that Chad, not that Chad couldn't do, but Chad didn't have in him. That's why I was texting you guys in the chat, and I was getting fired up in that game, because I definitely think that people see Jamar out there, and he's not like the biggest guy. He's 6 foot, and he barely weighs 200 pounds. And I definitely think teams try to go at him a lot with some of their coverages when I watch the games. That's why I was typing in the chat. I think dudes try to play him like he's like some punk bitch. He plays hard, tough. He can break tackles. He runs through dudes. He goes around dudes. He jumps over dudes. There's just a lot of things in his makeup and a lot of decisions he makes on the football field that Chad just didn't have in him. I don't think it's that Chad wasn't physically capable. I will say I think Chase is more physically designed for run after the catch. Chad could run after the catch because he'd catch a slant and had the speed taking the distance, but Chad wasn't getting yak like the way some of these guys get yak. Like Chad's not catching an underneath route and breaking 2 tackles for first down. Like he wasn't doing that shit. Chad was a down the field boundary threat. But yeah, you still got to play. You just got to play years, you know. You got years to play. Chad was dominant for 7 years. Yeah, he was dominant for 7 years. Yeah. Oh wow, it's 24-6.
Use this time to practice. We will be deploying soon.
The Rams just scored. Look out. But yeah, I would say if Jamar Chase stays healthy and goes on to have the career that he could potentially have, he'll probably end up with like better numbers and all that shit. Probably won't ruin his career the way Chad did towards the end, I would hope. But I definitely think that he has an overall deeper tool bag. It's similar to how I view, and people hate when I say this, it's similar to how I view the battle between, you ever ask someone who they prefer, like Messi or Ronaldo? And almost everyone I meet loses their fucking mind and acts like I'm a psycho for saying I think Ronaldo's a better player than Messi. Almost everyone I meet loves Messi more. And they're like, explain to me why you like Ronaldo. You would choose Ronaldo over Messi to start your team. And I said it's because both guys are equally productive, but I just think there's certain things that Ronaldo can do because of his height, weight, speed, and his frame, especially in his prime, and some certain set position stuff, free kicking and things of that nature. There's just a few things that Ronaldo can do on the pitch that Messi can't do. And it's not that any guy is any greater than the other. They're both the 2 greatest players ever. There's just a lot more that Ronaldo can do because of the height, weight, speed thing. Like, he's just better in the box, better going and getting volleys. Ronaldo's arguably the best free kicker ever. I would just like that guy over, if I was building a team, I would just like all the shit he brings to the table over Messi. You know, that's all. And they all fucking think I'm a psycho by saying that. The diehards. Most of the diehards fucking love Messi, dude. They just start talking about, they pump their fist. They love seeing that little fucking dude scuttle around, dude. His highlight reel's insane, though.
It was always the concept of, would you take Shaq or would you take like sort of like a high-level guard? And he's like, yo, if you're building a team, you want to build an anchor. you'll always find a guard or a wingman, but
Enemy soldier
you want the
incoming.
dude that's gonna
Hunt the enemy down.
gonna get you the points, gonna establish some code,
Hit him dead.
Holding high value equipment have been
establish,
located. Secure all content.
you know, the gritty shit. You know what I mean?
And I guess it's different in different sports, right? Like, so for me in basketball, into the modern game,
Redeployment.
in the modern game, I'm getting my hands on, you know, the best wingman, shot creator, instead of a center. That's just me. But in different eras of basketball, I'd probably want different things. Give me a little Wes Unseld out here back in the 60s.
Yeah,
Holy
they're
shit.
wicked at it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm taking LeBron over Shaq if I'm building a team, but I know you don't like it.
Yeah, but that's never what happens.
If I'm getting
Good job.
prime
I mean,
prime LeBron skill set in a vacuum, he just does too much on the court. Like,
yeah, but
why would I
again,
take Shaq when I got a guy that gives me 30?
Yo, Shaq is the anchor, but the fact is
That's
you'll
fine
never
and
get-
all, but
you'll
Shaq
never
can't
get a LeBron.
Shaq can't win you a game when you need an assist or a fucking shot. Like, Shaq
No.
can't hit, you know, free throws. Like, I don't know.
But
I
but
see
again-
it differently.
But again,
One safe
Shaq
down. Two to
will
go.
slow the game up, and that's what you need. The problem
Yeah,
is,
but I'm
is
not
that
taking.
you'll never,
As much as I love
Yeah, yeah.
Shaq, I'm not
yeah,
taking a
you'll
center.
never-
I'm not taking any center over LeBron or Jordan. It's not happening.
you'll never get the anomaly of LeBron anyway. LeBron and Shaq are one in a million. But if
Yeah.
you get somewhere close
We
to,
got guys up here.
Move it.
All around us.
if you get somewhere
Advised,
close
Station has
to
located
a
multiple
Shaq,
strongholds.
then you take that. That's the anchor. You just take that.
Oh,
shit.
I just got sniped.
Fast here.
Yeah.
Your squad mate has failed. You are returning to base.
Be advised, UAV
Hold on, I gotta put on one.
Yo, dudes are all around.
It's not. I don't even watch basketball anymore. No, no, he's not, dude. What are you talking about? Dude, what are you talking about? He's won multiple NBA championships. Okay, yeah, it is. The dude's still a top 5 player, and he's 800 years old. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, motherfucker! I'm toast.
That's fine. I mean, dudes could get, like, you know, like, everyone loves some of these players, and it's like their careers don't even hold a fucking candle to, like, what LeBron's done in the league. Like, I just... Oh, God. So you're telling me if you have one overall pick, you're taking Steph on your team to build your team over LeBron? I wish you would. I would beat you every game if your best player was Steph.
Your squad mate is in the
I
gulag
wouldn't.
now. If they survive, they redeploy. Your squad mate was sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to
I would
redeploy.
literally be like, if your best player was Steph, my best player was LeBron, I'd tell LeBron to just foul Steph around and Steph would barely score.
We'll do that again.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's
Squad mate
teams
lost the
too.
fight. Now they return to base.
Nah. No way. Well, he's fantastic. I love Steph. A lot of people hate on Steph. But I just give me the guy that's more efficient in all aspects of
The
basketball.
last one on your squad. Finish the job.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, what is efficient in basketball with LeBron when it's ridiculous?
Yeah, like you mean to tell me if hold on, you really think hold on, you really think if we both made a team of just average players, right? And you got to have Steph Curry and I got to have LeBron and we ran a simulation, you really think that the team with Steph would beat the team with LeBron over again? You're delusional. No, I'm just saying you get to pick one guy. You get to pick one guy. That's who you're picking? I don't know. Because guess what? LeBron, I also have the ability, LeBron in his prime can defend guards. You're not who's defending LeBron on your team if your best player is Steph Curry? Yes, he is. What are you talking about? If it's all average players and your best player is Steph and mine's LeBron, LeBron's gonna score 100. If he wants to. Like, what are you talking about?
Yo, the key is Curry is not stopping 60 either.
Yeah, Curry's not stopping LeBron. No,
Curry is not stopping 60.
He's not stopping 60.
Remember, he couldn't stop Kyrie.
Yeah,
Kyrie
Curry can't defend.
Lit him like a fucking Christmas tree. Lit him up.
That's just.
He couldn't.
But that's the point.
But I mean, like, okay, if I'm hitting 3-point shots all day, then I can hit them from pretty much anywhere from inside half court.
Well, here's the thing. You're also not always just going to be shooting efficient from downtown, even as good as Steph is, too. Steph is notoriously not a clutch shooter, just like the one year they lost in the playoffs, and he got screened wide open. We could have hit a three from that spot, and he fucking clanked it. You got to remember, for sure, but you got to remember, he's been fortunate, too. He's played on a team that's had 4 Hall of Fame players. You know, so obviously when it comes to basketball, it's definitely about altitude. I get it. I get it, but you know, like still, it's still a real thing.
I would say this.
I'm going to buy you guys back right now.
In the present constructed NBA,
let's go, Adam.
You might want to take a Steph Curry as presented today as your building block, but no, well, no.
Oh, what? 10 championships?
I would take a present day Steph Curry because he could potentially, that type of player could potentially get you the championship, but a fresh LeBron in Miami, where he could not be stopped getting to the rack, and that's getting the 2 points to the rack. That's a guarantee. Or you foul him, you got to take that all day.
Yeah, that dude in Miami was a bad dude.
Down. Yeah, that dude in Miami was monster. You couldn't stop him.
Enemy UAV active. You got gas moving in. Hostile UAV in the area.
Oh, I might be able to get you stabbed.
No. It was the stretch 4 that made it dog shit. It was the stretch 4 that made it dog shit. I'm coming in, no.
Oh, so close.
Your team is in the safe zone.
It was a stretch 4 that made that shit like total dog shit.
I mean, I like Steph. I love Steph, but there's a. I don't know.
That no.
That Mavericks team was awesome.
No. Yo, that Mavericks team was good.
It was like the best defensive team in the league at the time.
The problem was is how Miami was constructed. They could not defend that.
There's guys above us.
Right? No. It was no, and I agree with you. That's the softest fucking defense you got to put out there, and they could not defend that. Yo, Dirk was not in the low post dude. He could turn his back and turn around and shoot, but that's how soft Miami was on defending anything in the post. That dude was out on like the 3-pointer could fucking post you up and fucking get fucking.
Dirk's
buckets.
an anomaly though.
Yeah. But no, I'm telling you, that was a poorly constructed as far as. Yeah.
Ooh, Stabito says I got you with the deagle though out here. Woo! Matt's a fucking animal. Go get him, Matt. Oh!
Well, we can't get no money from this fucking visitor shit?
No monies?
No money.
No
So
money.
I'm trying to get some money from the visitor shit, and it's like, nah, you can't get no money from them.
But yeah, and then I get annoyed. The players I probably get annoyed with the most in the NBA were the dudes that clearly have all the physical tools and the actual skills to be really, really good, but you could clearly tell they just don't care about being good at every facet of basketball. Yeah, like a dude like Carmelo had all the physical tools to just rebound, pass, defend, and score, but just decided just to score. Like, the inefficient shooters are the dudes that drive me nuts, and everyone loves them. Like, James Harden's fun to watch and everything, but James Harden is so inefficient. Yeah, but like a lot of no, he's not a good shooter from downtown, but that developed over time too. He's a lot better shooter from downtown now. But dude, LeBron's one of the only few wing guys or guard type, quote unquote. He's like a wing guy. One of the only few wing guys that averages over 500% true shooting percentage over the field. Like, he's made more shots than he's missed. And that's a dude that takes a lot of threes now. He still's made more shots than he's missed.
Oh, shit!
You fought hard
Fuck!
out there. Return to base for the
Yo, I ran up to the shit, the
fuck.
motherfucker run up. Yo, I already got locked into the fucking. Oh, motherfucker.
That was fucking funny.
Yo, I ran up to it, and then dude just come out of the corner after I get locked in. I'm like, motherfucker.
Come and get me, motherfuckers.
Alright, I gotta bail out. I mean, I'll say in the chat, but I gotta get out of here. Cause I gotta get my shit together. And we're having our Christmas party tomorrow.
Yeah. The PO.
At the PO. Well, it's not. We already had our Christmas party at the place, but this is for the real dogs. We have to sit on a separate site.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go hang out with you guys at Chubby's, but that means I'd have to see people that live in Fulton, and I don't want to do that.
Well, we see people in Fulton that we don't like all the time.
Oh, for sure, but I'm saying, like, if I go to the bar, I'll see tons of people that I didn't like in school that I still don't care to talk to. Oh, interception.
Oh, you'll see your.
The fumble!
Yo, I gotta say this because I seen this dude out here picking up trash and other bullshit in front of his house because I've been covering City 6. See your stepdad out there.
He's not my stepdad. That's the bullet master. You call him the bullet master. He ain't my stepdad. I call him the fortunate son. That's the fortunate son out there, dude.
That dude had that party fucking rolling all day.
Listen,
all
you can thank Adam for that bullet master nickname. Fucking dog.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. He won't let that shit go. That dude is fucking. He's serious about that shit. Yo, so I walked up on the property. He was like, "Oh, be careful, it's slippery." And then he saw my spikes on, and he was like, "Oh no, you're all good. You got the foot." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep. Doug just gets his wagon out, throws a little fucking grunge music on, a little fucking, what's his name there? Who's the dude from what's his name? Fucking from Soundgarden. He throws a little Chris Cornell on, dude, and it's over. He just picks up half the town. He's out there like, Spoon Man!
Wait, he does
Got
like
together
that?
with
No,
your hand.
Listen, I gotta be honest.
Save me! What's that?
Or he rocks some older shit.
Enemy soldier
No,
incoming.
like, so he just throws classic rock on. He's a huge Chris Cornell fan, so he'll be out there picking shit up, and it's just like fucking Spoon Man!
Oh my god.
Got together with your hand.
So I
Save
can't
me!
back.
I actually love Chris Cornell, so.
Yeah, I can't bag him that much. I was about to say I can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Chris Cornell, but I seen him on City 3. Yo, he was up by like 7th Street picking some shit up, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's the alderman of City 6's area.
no,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
So
head of state.
what is his? So what is his actual title? Like, I know he's a.
He's the
councilman.
alderman of whatever ward Mom lives in.
Really? So why is he over in like City? Why is he over in City 3 and then
Pick a place to go, Adam.
Safe zone.
City 3, City 6? Then he was on City 3 over on 7th.
Oh, he might have just
7th
been
Street
helping
West.
out over there, but he does a lot of stuff. He runs the team that is cleaning up the lake. So in the summertime, you'll see him down there helping, like, clean up the pollution in the lake. He does all
Well,
kinds of
that's-
shit.
But that pollution lake cleanup is bullshit. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're trying, like, whatever. The water's definitely cleaner than it was for a while, dude. They knew they had a problem in, like, when I was a teenager, and a fucking golden retriever went in there and they came out, spit up blood, and croaked.
oof. Well, okay. I'm gonna tell you a story. So I was watching.
Not to name any names.
I was watching on PBS
dropping into the area.
and
Watch the skies.
the Nation, Onondaga Nation. The chief there had his lawyer on there, and they were talking about how the old Syracuse mayor Stephanie Miner was she cut a deal with Honeywell, and they cut a cheaper deal to try
Honeywell.
to clean up Onondaga Lake, which they did not do. What they did was they skimmed off the top of it, but when
Gotcha.
you really go deep down into the lake, there's still mercury in that shit at the bottom of the lake.
Motherfuckers.
So what happened was is that if you look at the sediment wall of the lake, the sediment wall tells you what's clean or not, because obviously if the mercury is sitting at the bottom of the lake but against the sediment wall, it tells you that you haven't cleaned it up. So
Enemy UAV
what happened was
overhead.
is that when they did the amphitheater, when the artists are at the amphitheater and they're playing there, and then they go in the back where there's the dressing rooms and all that stuff in the bathrooms, they could smell all the fucking shitty smell from the lake. The problem is that they still haven't cleaned up the lake. They just skimmed off the top. So all the mercury and all that other bullshit is still at the bottom of the lake. They did not clean that shit up. So what the chiefs are saying, the nation saying is,
Dude, what the fuck?
is that the state had told them and come and deal with them, saying like, yo, you clean up the lake. And that's what the Onondaga Nation wanted, because they said that the lake and the surrounding area
Fight for your chance
is
to redeploy.
sacred ground to them. So that to be clean is not only to be sacred, but it's for the whole community. It's not about just them and their agenda. It's like, yo, it's for everyone. It's not just us, because that is supposed to be clean, it's supposed to be sacred, and it's supposed to be for the community. Not only us as a nation, but everyone else. So they didn't clean that shit up. So then the chief from the Onondaga Nation said, well, Stephanie Miner said that when the lake was clean, she would go in the lake and go for a swim. He was like, I haven't seen her jump in the lake yet. So the lake was lying, basically. So they're doing the same type of cleanup up here at this lake that they were doing at Onondaga Lake. And the fact is that they got money from the state, just like Oswego did. What do they do with that money? They pocketed it. So this town is corrupt as fuck. And
Well, it's like every town, though, isn't it?
right. But from what I heard is that the mayor, Dina Michaels, when they're in the office, every time you walk in there, they're joking and laughing. They're not doing no work any time of the day, and all of a sudden, this town is still fucking bullshit.
I mean, yeah, it is Fulton. I don't want to live here,
Yeah,
so.
it is Fulton.
I was talking with Chell.
Entered the safe zone.
I was talking to Chell, and I was saying how I've been like researching schools and stuff because I don't want my kids to go to school up here. I told her if I get this new job, I go, I want to move to like Beeville,
Squad mate
Liverpool.
is in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he's just out there like 737 coming out of the sky. I want you to it down to Memphis on a minute.
Yeah, I mean, no. So like, I seen him over there. He talked to me in front of his house, and I was like, because I was covering.
He goes, was he clothed?
City 3 over there. That was at the end of the route, and then I had to cover City 6 because someone called in, so I went over there, and then he was asking me about like my footwear, and I was like, well, if I'm already over here, like in my head, I was like, if I'm already over here, I don't got the proper footwear, then I'm fucked anyway. So
Your squad mate was broken. They are no
thanks for
longer with us.
asking, but I was like, keep your flags on your rusty ass fucking Cadillac, and we'll be good.
Your squad is KIA. It is up to you now. Hostile airstrike near your location.
But yeah, I find him to be a weird kid.
Yeah, so take it from someone that got raised by him for a handful of years. What he is now is a lot better than he was. Definitely. He really, yeah. And I mean, he's, in terms of Fulton Knights now, like, he's kind of just fucking normal. Yeah, he is a legend, that's for sure.
But, I mean, okay, so let me present this.
Here, you gotta hit me. You gotta get me.
Everyone becomes a little bit more mild in their older age.
I got you.
But in your heyday, when you're in your prime, does that excuse you for your erroneous behavior?
Say it again.
So you guys will understand this. In my older age, I'm milder, and what I mean by that is like, I guess like when you get older, like, kind of like your agitation, your testosterone, all that stuff kind of comes down a little bit. You become a little bit more mild. You're not who you are, but you're not just as agitated. You're not all that. You're not like trying to. You're not trying to beat the world with a stick. But,
Gas is moving in.
and again,
New
you got,
safe zone
like,
located.
I always say this, and you guys kind of know this. I lead by integrity. I lead by character. But does that excuse all the erroneous shit and all the fucking crazy shit that you've done in your younger years?
Does that excuse it all?
Did that excuse you for all the fucking bullshit and the agitation and the hurt and the mistakes that you created in your younger years.
No, I mean, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, you're good now, but you're good now.
Get it done.
But does that really erase all the shit the bullshit that you were doing when you were
No,
young?
I mean, I guess it depends on what you were doing. I mean, everyone was doing dumb shit and bullshit that when younger, and I guess it just depends.
But again,
Depends on what you
I'm willing
did.
to-
You're definitely a
willing
different
to-
person you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Like,
Loadout drop headed your way.
I guess it just depends on what you did. I guess it depends on what you take away from your mistakes. I mean, if you would have to know who he was, and it's a long discussion for another time. But as someone that obviously got raised by him for a while, no, he drank a lot of different stuff and did a lot of different stuff. But I could say that he's very fortunate. He's where he is now, and he has more of an opportunity to just do better things now. I mean, it's a discussion for another time. But I would say that I don't hate anyone. Hey, he did a lot to ruin our family when we were younger, and we could talk about it another time. But I would never thought I'd get to neutral in my feelings towards him. But he had a second chance at being a dad. He's doing a lot better doing that. I mean, he's trying to do what he perceives to be decent things and help out the community and stuff. Considering how he was when he was younger to where he is now, it's probably a big dub. It's a big dub for him. I mean, he's an alderman. He can't really affect all that much. But, yeah, no pun intended. It's a big dog for him. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, there's certain things that if you find out certain things about people and you know a lot of shit, if you hurt people at times in your life throughout your process, you know, it doesn't excuse the pain that you've inflicted on people, some of your bad decisions and shit. But there's also a part of that is like if we want someone to grow as an individual, right, and not be the person that they used to be, we also have to put some onus on the people that were affected by those things to understand that someone isn't those things anymore, and to be also grown enough to be able to move past their own pain and traumas and shit. So I guess it's all relative. You know, I don't hate the guy anymore, so I guess that's a big win for him and me. You know, he's just not a bad guy anymore, I would say. I mean, he definitely can still be a fucking asshole and a dick, but like a lot of people can, but like he's not a bad person anymore. And I never thought he would ever get to that point. I always thought he'd just be a shithead.
Wait, okay. So this is a real ass question. And I'm actually gonna ask you based on someone else. What is your brother
Black site
feel?
secured. Good work.
So it's different for my brother because when you ask these types of questions to each individual person, their perceptions and experiences on those things are going to be different. I think that Spencer's relationship with his father, he wasn't my dad. It was easier for me to disconnect myself and understand the realities of how to, and I got to learn firsthand how to not be a man by watching how Doug behaved when we were kids, right? But I definitely think the fact that he isn't my dad made it easier for me to just accept the reality of like, okay, this guy that was my father figure, he just causing our family pain. So it was very easy for me to move past the fact that he was a shithead and go, oh, well, happy mom and dad are split up and now we can start a new chapter for ourselves. I think it definitely, for most kids, where the father's actually theirs and they had a deeper level of love for that person, I do think it definitely ruins the relationship. I think it's harder for you to care at times, or it's harder for you to let go of the fact. Like, for example, I'll bring my sister. My sister loves her father unconditionally, no matter how much of a shithead he was growing up. Obviously, I'm a little older than her, so I was able to remember things a little differently, and I definitely had a slightly bit more mature understanding being a few years older than her that what I seen wasn't right. I think it mostly just traumatized my sister. I would venture to guess that she was more traumatized than perplexed by it. At a young age, I was like, is this how dudes are supposed to be? I was curious. I'm like, is this how a dude with kids is supposed to act? Like, I was actually perplexed by his shitty behavior. And I think the fact that he wasn't my dad made it harder. So basically, easier for me to make that disconnect and those connections. Spencer doesn't really have much of a relationship with Doug because I think that as Spencer got older, Mom proved to us time and time again that she was always going to love us and be a constant. And in Spencer's early developing years, from a basal like animal instinct, he was always getting let down by his dad. Always, he doesn't realize it, but back then, super fucking probably scared of his father. We had to wake up a lot of different times hearing Mom and Doug just fucking have knockdown, drag out fucking arguments and like fighting over shit. So I think as an adult now, they don't have much of a relationship is because at the early years, Mom proved that she was an emotional constant for Spencer, and Doug proved time and time again that he was an emotional letdown. And so they don't have much of a relationship. And now with Spencer on top of that, being as intelligent Spencer is, now that Spencer's an adult, and he's had relationships, he's got friendships, and he's just very mature for his age, I think he understands the grasps of what relationships are meant to be and things of that nature, and he has a mature concept of how to actually behave and be. And so I think he doesn't, and I don't think he respects Doug because of it. And that's why they don't have a relationship now. I just don't think he respects him. He's like, why am I going to care or take your advice or let you dad me when you've proven time and time again that, like, I'm already a better man than you. Like I just don't think he respects him.
So this is not.
I'm out here running circles around these dudes, by the way.
Here's a connecting thing that has no connection with the actual relationship.
1 second time.
Yep. Go for it.
He called in the fucking Asperger's. Speaking of emotional letdown,
Enemy squad is tracking
So
your
how does that dynamic play when the dad lives a couple houses up the street?
So basically, Setzer and I, are mature enough to really not care. Like, for example, like, Doug had more kids, Colton and Finley. We helped raise those kids, basically. We love those kids. You gotta be mature for the next wave of family, the next wave of kids. Like, Doug doesn't come around or cause any problems when he comes around, and, we understand that, like, we love Colton and Finley, so by proxy, we kind of gotta be, neutral and go along to get along, and Doug really can't affect our lives and hurt us all that much anymore. So Spencer and I kind of just tolerate him when he's around. We're like, what's up? We talk to him. We're like, whatever. But, like, Spencer knows full well that he's never going to get... It's just, how you've always said, Darren and fucking Smell and Melvin will never have a real relationship. Darren will always look at him as, like, an acquaintance or a friend. That's how it'll probably always be for, Spencer and Doug. It's a similar scenario. But it's tough, and like Adam and I were talking about it earlier. everyone experiences and perceives and intakes their experiences differently. Like, I truly believe. I truly believe, and this is something I believe, and it's something, I read a lot about this in philosophy and psychology. I'm a firm. Bring him in. I'm a firm believer that there is definitely a level of there's definitely an innate threshold, biological threshold in every human being that makes it so certain human beings definitely have a level to which they can withstand the arrows that get slung at them at life. Like, for example, I have buddies that have gone to war, right? Legitimately have gone to war, have shot, have killed people, right? I have a friend who did multiple tours of the Middle East, and he has gone to war, shot at, and killed people. And it affects him very minimally. Like, he's like, I really didn't really get all that anxious until, I actually, combat started giving me, general anxiety. He goes, but I think for the most part, I've taken the steps to handle it very well, right? Then I know someone who did similar things where it really fucked them up. He's like an alcoholic, and he can't drink, he drinks, he can't talk about it. Then I know someone who's definitely in between. It's definitely affected him and changed him. And he has his moments. Well, what is that? For example, another example, my mom was subjugated to every type of abuse you could ever experience growing up, right? But she got out of that situation and realized that's how I'm not going to raise my family. That's not how I'm going to raise my kids. And she raised my brother and my sister and I, and we're good people, and we have good relationships with people, and we're successful and all these other things. Whereas you could take someone that comes exactly from the same scenario as my mother, and by 21, they're addicted to drugs and they kill themselves. There's definitely something innate in human beings, whether it's they have addictive personalities or they can't overcome. They either feel emotions too positively or too negatively. And it definitely, different types of experiences over time could definitely vary across people to people, how they actually perceive an event. So because of that, I definitely think there's people that you can help and make them better psychologically and emotionally. And I definitely think there's people out there that no matter what you do to help them, you can help them. I definitely think there's people that you can't help. So I tell people, consider yourself lucky, if you've had the right background, the right upbringing, and the right biology all mixed together, and you're able to have experiences, internalize them, think about them, and let them not eat you up. Some people can't do that. There's definitely some people that can't handle the rigors of life. And then there's something all in between. So it's different from every person.
Oh, them fucking throwing the ball back and forth at each other.
Okay.
I think the way it all pans out is Doug is my hero.
The bullet bastard, dude. Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you now. But yeah, I mean, one thing you're always going to get from me is I'm always going to be as honest as I possibly can with you and give you the information that I could give you based off what I think I perceive and know. And even though Doug has caused a lot of pain and at one point ruined our whole entire family and made it so my family had to start from ground zero, he's definitely not that person anymore. And he's not the piece of shit that he was. And I can't lie and say that he is. He's not the person he was when he was 28. And so that opens up a whole nother can of worms, because I've written papers about, like I was telling Adam about, like we were talking about prison and shit earlier, but we were getting into the weeds of prison, talking about all the rules and how people get stabbed and all that other shit. But like, where do we draw the line between what an individual used to be and how they used to behave as to what they are years later? Like, for example, one thing that makes me sad with prison is, like, I hate it when I see, like, a kid, like this one kid, like, out of fear, like, fucking does something, like, crazy, like, fucking, there's this kid that went to prison because him and his buddy used to get jumped all the time. And he, like, steals his dad's gun for self-defense and ends up shooting someone. And they tried him at, like, 14 years old as an adult in some state. And he gets interviewed by one of my favorite reporters, and now he's, like, 35. And he's like, intelligent, well-spoken, handsome guy, and thoroughly could sit there and have a conversation about this guy, about why he went to prison, and like how he knows that he wouldn't make those decisions now when he's older, and that he's not the same person. And he's like, but I'm never getting out. He goes, they tried me as a 14-year-old when I didn't know anything. He's like, and I was fucking scared. He's like, it doesn't excuse the decision I made. He's like, but I missed everything. He's like, I missed birthdays. He goes, I don't know how to drive a car. I've never made love to a woman. All this other shit. And it's like, ever since I seen that interview, I said to myself, like, where do we draw that line? Or where do we draw those lines? Where someone's been rehabilitated, if we can really blame a kid for making one decision, as terrible as that decision could be, is that 14-year-old that same person at 35, 40 years old? Part of me thinks in a lot of instances that there is a lot of people out there that wouldn't behave like that once they matured, and it's like, where do we draw that line? Usually you fall into two camps. Usually, most people draw the line at, if you did something bad, you should be locked away forever. I don't always think that's the case, and that's about as far as I've gotten. I don't know if I could really flush out a long-term argument or write a real paper about her yet, but that's all I could say, is that I definitely think that in a lot of scenarios, you don't have to be beholden to who you used to be. And I guess all that matters is how you feel about yourself at the end of the day. If you did some bad shit when you were younger, decades ago, whatever, if you know you're a good person, you just got to lead the life of a good person and not really, it's hard, but you got to not care what other people think. People make mistakes. A lot of times the people that are quick to tell you you did some fucking fucked up shit wrong are people that are fucking doing fucked up shit. So it's the whole thing's an interesting conversation. But yeah, to bring it back around to Doug, to be as transparent as I can, like, he's not that guy anymore. He's not that guy. He's just not that guy. He just doesn't do it for her. But
yeah. If you guys can land up on that ping, I've got people down here. I've got another
dude. I'm gonna land up on that ass, dude.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh no, we can get right in there.
You're clear to engage all targets.
That has got it.
I guess we'll get on like some other time, but I gotta get out of here.
Move in and secure that equipment.
But I hope I answered your question. I was pretty long-winded, but
no.
It's a tough question to answer, honestly, in terms of generality. Like, if you're trying to build a philosophy behind it, it's hard to answer as a whole. But
I'm not building, like, I think you kind of know where I come from. I like asking the questions and then seeing people's perspective.
Right.
I like challenging people because it's like, okay, have you thought about this? Have you delved into it? I mean, some of this is human condition. You know what I mean? Like we all been through some shit. We all dealt with some shit. So like I like to ask a question. It's like,
Oh.
you know, I have a perspective of how I was
So
raised.
speaking of that, and I'll leave you with this. On top of all that, one of the most interesting things that I've learned so far in my like revelation of trying to like learn as much as I can about like human behavior, the modern day cognitionists think that we don't actually really truly make decisions. Modern cognitionists think that we don't have free will and that we are just the sum of our wiring in taking experiences as computers, and they think that someday that they'll be able to prove that human behavior is deterministic, that you don't actually really make decisions on your own. So if that's if that's the case, why are we so quick to judge everyone and every single thing they do? If in theory, if that's truly the case scientifically, you can't technically ever blame anything for everyone they do because they're truly a product of the things that filter through their perception. Can you ever truly blame anyone for being an asshole or a killer if the cognitionists are right? Like, that means biology has just funneled you in that direction and you had no control over it. So that's just food for thought. I'm not presenting to you as in that's the truth.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's a theory.
I would say this. I mean, from you guys, I was raised in a different era. So my parents were raised in a different era. Perceptions were different. You know what I mean? How we moved, how we acted, how we, you know, like I go to my grandparents, like my grandmother and grandfather were in the era where, like, a woman got pregnant, you got married, you raised a family, whether you like that person or not, you know, like that was what you did. You didn't abandon your responsibilities. We're in a totally different era where like you can abandon any type of responsibility. Matter of fact, you can abandon work. You don't have to work. You don't have to do shit. You know what I mean? So perception to reality seems to be not in alignment, I would say. It would be kind of hard to like, again, food for thought.
Right, but what I'm saying is those things you're talking about, those eras, those cultures, based off what I'm saying, are all just creations of biology. They're manifested. Like, we've somehow prescribed meaning to them. Like, you're not actually choosing to partake. You're just a meat vessel computer that's taken all the experiences that you just happen to be scrambled in. Like, you just happen to be born from your mom and dad who just happen to be in this environment. And you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, but right. So, right, but I'm just saying, I think most people think that they make their own decisions. I'm not saying they do or they don't. But I think most people selfishly just assume that we make all our own decisions because it makes it feel like, you know, your life's meaningful. But
so what I'm saying is food for thought. Why did we change with the generation? If we're all the same, we're all making the same decisions, it's not our position.
Well, it's just change. My retort to that is every living cycle adapts and changes over the time, whether it's culture or human beings or weather adapts over time, events in geology change the way everything gets all affected by the environment, like monkey see, monkey do, all that bullshit. Like, that's definitely part of it. And I'm not saying I agree either way, but what I'm saying is if that was the case, right? If that truly was the case, then how could we ever really get that bent over the fact that they're shitty people? Because in theory, there's just always going to be shitty people and there's always going to be good people and there's nothing we could do about it. Like, obviously, you know.
I don't.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I understand what you're trying to say. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm using the space in terms of generation. Why do things change with ideas, with movement over generations, but then we're all act the same and move the same? It's kind of an odd. I understand what they're trying to say. It's kind of odd. Is like,
well, culture's
so
just a tool for survival.
Right. So my parents' generation thinks in a different way, moves in a different way. My grandparents' generation moves and thinks in a different way. My parents' generation rebelled against that. I rebel against my parents' generation,
and that cycle's always going to exist.
Right. So if we're in a sense, if we're kind of robotic and do the same things, then why do we rebel? Why do we change in every generation? It's kind of, I'm not saying.
I'm saying you've seen it all through history, though. Right. Everyone acts like the shit that's going on now is like their new movements and same shit. Dude, people have been fighting over all the same exact shit since we've known people have been alive. It's just technology's advanced. There's a different coat of paint on everything. Like, what you're talking about has existed in different time vacuums in different areas of the world of cultures, like forever. It's cyclical. It all just keeps flip-flopping. Like,
right. So if they say, so in the concept that we move in the same way, the only thing I'm gonna present against that argument, my grandfather thinks that bell bottoms are gonna come back. They have not come back. So if we move in the same way, why has not bell bottoms come back?
Go to Oregon.
I'm using a small term, but I'm saying bell bottoms have not come back.
That's hilarious.
Grandpa, you're wrong. So if we're all moving in the same way, however we shift, if we're moving the same way, then
I feel like I do. That's a good example. I feel like if there's one thing that should ever come back, it's bell bottoms.
No, it should not be.
It's definitely like if you had to throw together bell bottoms is definitely high up on the list.
Listen. Why do we have bell bottoms? If I have a big junk in the trunk in the front, why would I want that to be tight while my fucking ankles are wide as fuck at the bottom and got air fucking flowing through them? It doesn't make any sense. It does not work in today's society. Now, even if you're small at your waist and your junk is small, still your ankles don't get big. Like, let's be honest. Unless you're 5,000 pounds, but your ankles still ain't bigger than your fucking junk. So,
right. So,
but the problem is that the bell bottoms wouldn't be bell bottoms. They would just be fucking straight boot pants.
So you know where I give pushback to the determinists, the people that really think the behavior is deterministic, it does make sense to me from an actual biological standpoint, because I think sometimes people think that just because we're human beings and we have emotions and we live more complex lives than other creatures, I think people forget that like all the drives that push us in certain directions are all ancient drives. At the end of the day, our urges and our drives are still prehistoric. It's just the pushback that I have against the people that believe that behavior is deterministic is we've definitely seen scenarios where people behave a certain way for an extended period of time and then they manage to change their lives and somehow make decisions that get them off the path that they were on and puts them in a better place. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's just you're lucky. If you get lucky, zig when you should have sagged, and then you just grabbed onto that thread that was leading in the right direction, and you just seen a good thing, and you're like, okay, this will get me out of my shitty predicament. You go in that direction, or, you know, I don't know. I see people change their lives and go from being in the darkness to rising above it all, and I just wonder to myself, like, surely that person had to make the right, quote-unquote, decision to not be in misery anymore, right? Like, I mean that, you know, like,
or make just a decision, and then that shifts or changes their idea.
yeah, and you find a pattern, and you're like, okay, this works for me. My life doesn't suck if I keep doing this. But people would argue that's just you getting lucky to be introduced to stimuli that your brain recognizes. Oh, yeah, I like that. We'll go this way. Like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe it ain't. Yeah, that's a whole other fucking thing. That's just fucking funny.
But also, like,
yeah.
again,
So it's
like,
a never. This is what gets talked about a lot in the higher education and philosophy and psychology. Like, that's a big thing. Is like, a lot of people are in two camps. It's you either think behavior is deterministic. You either think we truly have free will, and then there's a few people in between. What I think is, I think it's a mix of both. I think that there are people that have the proclivity to transcend themselves, that are able to look inward and analyze the world and make decisions that are beneficial for themselves. I would say that there's people that, based off their biology and their early experiences, end up in a place where they either can or have a hard time keeping their lives healthy and on track. That's what I think. I definitely think there are people out there that really can't steer their biology in the right direction to have a prosperable life. So I think, personally, I think it's somewhere in the middle. I would say that there's probably more people in that later camp than people think. I bet you there's a lot of people out there than people know that have a hard time keeping themselves together, if that makes sense.
Well, so like, in like,
and you got to think to yourself too. A mind bender is what is keeping it together.
Well,
everyone has a different perception of what's right or wrong, ethically, culturally, intellectually.
I wouldn't say, so number one, I wouldn't say that's wrong. Everyone has, again, to me, free will. Now, when I was in the church and I went to
buddy,
school,
I love church, Anton. Let's go, dude.
So there was an idea of free will and predestination. So there's two problems on both sides of that. Number one, if you believe in
Matt's
free
sitting
will,
here right now, just like, y'all need Jesus, go to church.
Yo, if you believed in free will, so the idea of free will is obviously, you make your own choices. If you want to be in the church and you want to be involved in the church and enveloped by the church, that's your free will.
Hey,
but then there's also
back to the spy station.
There's also predestination, where people believe once saved, always saved. But the problem is that
that one's a little weird to me.
Yeah. Once saved, but once they get that idea,
Hitler,
like,
you were saved.
Your team made it to the safe zone.
Say that again.
I was joking. I said, Hitler, you are saved.
And Hitler probably thought he was saved.
I bet you did.
Yeah, but the burning embers of hell may say otherwise. But
yeah, Kyle banished Adam to hell. We ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Okay, so I've had this conversation. So
burn in hell.
Well, okay, so
you gotta yell like a redneck.
I won't go there with Kyle, but I will. What I will do is I will make a case where
he's like, Kyle's right.
Condemning someone when you're not willing to look within on your own self and look yourself in the mirror and condemn yourself. That, like, whether you believe in God or not, or Jesus or whatever,
it's Jesus to you.
That
they did.
Oh,
that is not only not fair, but it's not a reasonable. It's not a reasonable proposition. because you get into a little hairy place where you're willing to condemn people, but you're not willing to condemn yourself.
Right.
And the fact is you're also not willing to. You're willing to ride with the people that you don't know, but you don't want to ride with the people that you do know.
Right.
In a sense, Kyle, like, you can say whatever you want about Adam, but Adam's your brother. And Adam is a person that you grew up with and that you should be riding with. But you're willing to ride with people that you don't know, that is like Jimmy Swagger. Oh, I didn't mean to sin against you. But you'll ride with those people, but you won't ride with your own brother.
Word.
Yeah, that tends to me to be a problem. Well, the Bible, no, the Bible actually, listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of the gospel that you could use against your own brother right now. Listen, the Bible says, do not trust in man, for he
Dude, I love it when he starts doing this. Man is innately evil!
No.
Innately evil! Get him, Todd!
So the problem is, the Bible even tells you that man is not trustworthy.
This is my dude right here. Take notes.
Why would man come to me and tell me that I'm a sinner and that I'm evil? Listen, you fail God, you fail the Bible, you fail all the principles that the word brings. Why would I come to you? Even at the pulpit, you would lie to me and you would cheat and you would steal against me. But think about this.
This dude just dropped a pulpit on us, dude. He ain't playing games.
The Bible is God-breathed. That's what they say. It's God-breathed. But man still needs to write the Bible. Man still needs to write the scripture. But man, as the Bible has said, man will fail you. So man will still lie, go on the pulpit, tell you, I need your money. I need your love. I need all this. And then they'll be sitting around there while Jimmy Swagger is sleeping with fucking prostitutes and everything.
Yeah.
And then comes to his wife, oh, I've sinned against you. No, you haven't sinned against your wife. You sinned against man and everyone that you preach to. Be real to that. Like, don't come to me knowing that you're, like, in God's eyes, you're a failure. Man wrote that for God, and man told you you're already a failure, and then God is saying you're a failure, but you cannot be worthy of me until you come to my son. So you're already a failure already. So for you to go around telling me that I'm a failure or that I'm not worthy,
right?
Look at yourself into the mirror and tell me, are you worthy of even preaching those words to me when you already failed in front of me already? Man has always been the failure. The Bible already tells you you're a failure. I should not trust you because you will fail me. And then the fact is that your own brother would bring that scripture to you, or bring any words to you and tell you what a piece of shit you are. It's like, no, you're not even worthy of God. And on top of that, man will keep, like, you could drum in front of all those people.
How you guys doing up there?
You could sing in front of those people. You could deliver scripture in front of those people. But the actual fact is that all those people in front of you, they're sinning, they're fornicating, even in their own minds without even actually doing it. They're doing it. Those same people are lusting over people. They're also lusting over.
That's crazy.
The money that you give to the people,
who's near
that
me,
you give to the church, they're already lusting over that money and trying to find ways to take that from you.
Come downstairs, one of you guys.
All that is complete bullshit. The only thing you could take from the Bible or from Scripture itself.
Floor 11.
The Bible or
what the hell is happening?
Or the church is only morally good. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that it could offer you. It's only morally good. But outside of that, it can't tell you how to live. It can't tell you how to love. It actually will fail you because you have to follow man.
Oh, he's gonna get you, but I'm gonna die. That's fucking nuts.
But anyways, in the end, to wrap this up,
You'll
so I
have
can
to
get
fight
out
to
of
earn
here.
redeployment.
They're preaching stuff that it's not from their own heart. It's from what people are telling them. It's
Yeah, I
not-
mean, listen, at this point, I'm a firm believer that most of the super diehard religious people are just fucking scared to be in their own skin, so.
So,
Just gotta accept the fact that you fucking die and make life of it what you can, make life what you can of it, and just fucking.
well, it's
deal
also
with it.
it's also a way to it's also a way to, without taking blame, to be divisive. It's also a way to put blame on other people without taking blame on themselves.
Right.
I mean, like,
Not be critical of yourself.
well, I'll say this as a true statement, and I'll say this as a person that's being real. And like, if people don't like me for saying this, Kyle has a child in the way. And you're heavily into this church thing. How are you gonna explain that the baby's grandmother is gay?
Luck is on your side.
Yeah, right.
Explain that to
Sending
me.
you back to the front line.
And then explain that to me, how you're not going to deliver that in a divisive and ugly and like Angela doesn't push that on anybody. So whether you want to cut Adam down or anybody else down, like, how you going to get over that hurdle? It's divisive. It's ugly. And that's not coming from the left. That's coming from the right. And that's
Right.
not a political thing. That's coming from you.
Well, I mean,
Slam.
anyone that's in the religion, you could be on any side of the aisle and be Christian.
hardcore Christian, yet also a lesbian. You know what I mean? She says, well, she thinks that God's a part of love, and the other thing is, I mean, he has getting questions. Religion crossing questions, they're going to be able to answer. Just something to think about.
It's weird how it works for everyone. Like, everyone makes it work for them, and it's not wrong in like, let's say Renee. It's not wrong in her respect that, like, God loves everyone. That's the proper answer to say. But other sects of religion do not express that.
All stations.
They
Break
feel
is
that
active.
lesbianism or being gay is wrong. So I'm just saying, on certain aspects.
To the test, though, do you feel
Well, let's go this way, guys.
Ah! Ah! Well, as soon as you said Cowboys, now you're just being wrong. You're just being an
Break is
asshole.
active.
But go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, the religion thing is like a whole nother thing entirely when it comes to like how people are actually supposed to fucking interact with each other. Like, the fact that you're just gonna fucking pretend that magic is real and that there's gods and shit and stuff, and then just try to chastise other people over that shit is just fucking weird to me. It's like, you know.
I think you're not allowing an open conversation about science. I don't think you're allowing an open conversation about a conversation on just.
No offense
No,
to my boy
reality.
Stab in here, but my boy Stab is a pretty religious guy. I mean, you don't go to church, do you, Matt?
Go now.
No,
I can't even hear him.
no, but even Stab, I just had a conversation with him.
Yeah, you can have a conversation with Matt about all kinds of shit.
But I wasn't, again, the conversation, I was not putting down religion or anything else like that. I know we can't hear him.
Why can't we hear him?
The conversation wasn't, the conversation
Did you
wasn't
fall?
to put down, the conversation, like, I was being open about, like, my experiences with religion. I've never expressed or never had a problem with religion. I never put it down. I've met 100 people that were really good people that were into the religion and with that, and then as far as people face to face were good people. And then if they took the religion as serious or took the religion as a moral compass,
Like if you lived the word, truly lived the word.
if you truly live the word or you live the word based as a moral baseline.
But I also feel like a
morally,
lot
it is
of
a
religions,
baseline.
though,
Nothing wrong with that.
build the failsafe of being like, oh well, we're not infallible of being shitheads, and it's like, yeah, no shit.
Well, like, okay, let's say you take the Bible as a moral compass.
Inside, get inside.
Don't steal. Don't disrespect your parents. Don't lie. All that stuff. That's a moral baseline. I mean, it's not.
Hey, they're jumping.
I mean, if you're not taking the religion as like this
All right,
or
let's
my
get out of here.
salvation,
Sip
it's
the
a
water,
good
boys.
morality wise. It's a good baseline. I never expressed anything negative to that. I'm saying when you kind of take the stuff to another level where you start taking it like when you start implementing some of that stuff for your kids and all this other stuff, it's like now we're getting to a really creepy,
And listen,
weird level.
I've had always have said this about in defense of religions and people that are religious. There's a lot fucking worse things you can do than be a fucking religious person. It's like, fucking relax, people.
And again,
We're moving this way, boys.
A moral baseline, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
that's your prerogative. If you want to be like,
I used to be that guy that would literally debate people about religion, and it used to bug me. But like now, I just want people to be happy. I don't give a fuck what people believe. You can believe that fucking Barney the dinosaur is fucking
right. And I've been in the church, and my thing is that morally, it's a good set. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're
we got
Christian,
shots off to our right.
whether you're Buddhist, listen. If you want to live a clean, moral baseline of a life, and that is your kind of thing.
Yeah, you follow the Quran.
That's where. No, not even. I'm not even saying following. Like, I know you're joking, but not even saying following the Bible, not even following the Quran, anything like that. I'm just saying, if you want to be religious, and it's more,
I say we move this way.
If it's a baseline that you want to live your life clean, you feel
Get down
clean,
to this hydro down here, boys. What do you say?
Morally,
Buy station
personally,
Buy
that
station.
flushes you out and you're clean. I find that to be okay. That's nothing. There's nothing wrong.
But it
with
is
that.
right there. We can take the water.
In front of us, on us.
Gotcha.
If you're pushing your agenda to change people and to get people to think certain way, vote a certain way, do things a certain way, I think
Stabito!
I think that's not
It's your boy.
That's not correct. But
Dude stabs the best. I got something for him.
Back in it.
Get back up, Keegan.
Target mark.
it's always
Shot. I didn't even hear him.
okay, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good.
Later, Tom.
Drop their sniper.
Your squad mate is in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy.
Dude, he self-revived? What a fucking cunt!
I'm ready for another round.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Dude, where'd he go? I'm just gonna fire. Stab, can you hear us? Okay, were you able to hear us? Okay, so you're just ignoring us.
Moving.
Gas is moving.
They call that the Gringo Mandingo. That's a real hit with them Cuban workers. Not me. Ooh, my man almost got him.
Failure is a
Alright, now I can really concentrate because I'm not yapping.
Requesting crosshair. Target.
I'll play a few more and then I'm gonna crash. Who is your daddy? And what does he do? What? No. That shit is so funny. What did she say? She's like, put a little rouge on you, tuck your sack back, you game? Fucking ridiculous. That movie's so ridiculous. When he's like, dude, some of the funny shit they say in that movie, like, that makes no sense. Like when he goes, remember the part where the fucking one dude's wife finds the speed dating card and he's like, she confronts Andy, but there's a part in that, like the whole part of that whole thing's funny. He's like, keep your bitch on a leash and all this other shit or whatever. And then when he says, what's with the Inquisition, that shit's so fucking funny, dude. And he goes, hey, yo, hey, listen, I can't let you talk to her like that. I'm being serious right now. And he goes, hey, bitches running wild, man.
Use this time to practice. We will be deploying soon.
That movie is fucking awesome. Or like when Paul Rudd just loses his mind because he's still in love with his ex. He's like, remember the time we fell in love? Or remember the time we fucking made love on the beach and you cried in my arms? Like, what the fuck?
Enemy dropping into the AO.
I changed my number. So I'm sorry.
Training is over. Time to see what you have learned.
Right. Dude, I gotta start trying this whole going to bed earlier thing.
5 seconds. Stand by to deploy.
That's what I'm saying.
That place that we landed at earlier here always has good shit.
Alright, soldier.
Alright, let's go there.
Mark a checkpoint for your squad.
Well, no, last night I actually slept all night. I don't know if it's because I was tired from the fucking
Gas is
weekend.
closing on your position.
But like last night, I only slept for like 6 hours, but I just slept the whole way through, and I never do that. I just thought to myself, imagine if I slept like just 2 more. Just 2 more hours to consolidate. What do I feel? Someone says type 1 if you're racist, and everyone types 1. Fucking loser. 1 if you have
One
kids.
if you like kids.
1 if you like kids, press 1 if you're gay. Someone's name's Little Children. That makes sense. Yeah, me neither. Who is your daddy, and what does he do? You're gonna take the gas?
Get that one. It's gonna take you all the way across the fucking thing. I say get the one in here. Yeah. Well, I'm going to, pussy. Someone landed in. Team landed in.
You're clear to engage all
Team landing
targets.
on helicopter.
Pussy? Call me a fucking pussy over a fucking video game?
Intel located enemy containers holding high-value equipment. Secure the contents.
Shit, they got the chopper. Oh, they took off. Okay.
If they just take off and just take the chopper, that's fine.
Yep.
Because there's a bunch of shit in here.
Keegan's like, let him go.
Two safes remaining.
Oh, excuse me, boys.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Remember when we were trying to look for fucking trying to get the gas mask and we had it?
Oh, yeah.
Give you a licky licky and fry your banana.
That's 2 down. 1 safe to go.
What you know about prepaid gas and weed?
Got movement. Found some loot here.
Get that other, cafe.
Yeah, I'm getting close to it.
Another gas station if you need it, but... I got 2 bags down here. Can we get in this building? We want to get a dirty building. Dirty building. Oh, they must be looking at other contracts.
Positive ID on multiple strongholds. Locations are marked on your attack map.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Keegan, I can barely hear you.
You're losing ground.
Oh, that's just me being me, dude.
We've located high-value equipment in enemy containers. Move in and secure that equipment.
Sniper rifle here.
And I need to go back to watching that fucking WWE, dude. Well, I don't know what the hell happened with that shit, because, like, I had the WWE network, or whatever, and I don't think it's a thing anymore, so, like, I ended up
No,
stop
they
watching
switched
all
it
that shit.
to Peacock.
So all that shit's on Peacock?
Yeah.
I have that. I'm about to go back and start watching that shit again. Shit's so funny.
Be advised, part of your team is outside the safe zone.
Dude, I went back and started watching back in, like, 98, dude. Oh, yeah. The dude goes, whoa! Drops a fucking leg drop on the guy. I'm going back to buy my shit. Dude, that shit is so funny. Dude, and like I started watching really early when we were in, because like Matt and I wouldn't stop watching that shit at work, and like there was tag teams and stuff that I didn't even know existed back then. I was like, what the fuck? Like that dude that dropped that leg drop. I was like, I don't remember that motherfucker.
Oh, so
I'll pick it up. I don't know where it is. Thank you, senor. And Daddy's got a UAV. Let's do this. Or buy a munitions box.
I have a plate box already.
Wait, you order 3 pieces of cheesecake.
Dang, Stab's doing those missions.
No, Stab's way ahead of us. Stubito.
What'd you do?
Hop in this vehicle,
Mind my
boys.
own business, I guess. I've got an extra self-res for the first person who tells me the nicest thing.
Here comes your backup tomato. Oh shit, coming over the hills. Backup's already mean resistance.
RPG, take cover.
It's just
Whoa.
AI
Okay.
here.
Marking self-revive. Airstrike, upper gloves.
Pick that up.
Well, I have 1,000,000 strikes, so does anyone want something? Here's a cluster. I will see you a cluster strike for your revive, or a cluster mine. Oh, someone shot at somebody.
It's just the AI over here on the right.
I'm following that.
Enemy UAV active.
Adam, let's... Yeah.
You guys can go to that one. I'm backing Matt up. He's already in this building. I can't even keep up
Gas
with
is
him.
closing. Get to the new safe zone.
We'll go take this high tower over here. Give you guys some Overwatch.
One safe remaining.
Come and get me, motherfucker.
Marked an SMG.
All content secure. Contract complete.
Alright, Daddy's getting up there.
It's AI.
Where are they?
Marking enemy.
Oh, okay.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Yeah, they did. Stab, get up here. Get up here. I need a spotter. There he comes. My man, 50 grand. That's a man after my own heart right there. I see you. You got a riot shield, dog? All I see, your dude looks like a cockroach coming up there with his riot shield on. It's a bird, it's a plane. There he is. All right, so what are we doing? We got you guys over the top here. What are we doing?
Your
What's the
team
deal?
has
What's the
entered
play?
safe zone.
Where do you want to
We're
move?
kind of on the bottom end of this zone.
Gotta just hang out here.
Yeah, I mean,
Daddy, equip this.
we're in the middle and we're at the bottom, so I
Daddy's gonna
think
go
we're in a
prone
pretty
up here
decent
for a little
spot right
prone
now.
action. Stab, you have a sniper? No, I guess not. Do you have a sniper ammo?
Where at 'em?
For your boy. Thank you, senor.
Up here somewhere.
Found some armor here. Vehicle marked.
Oh, thanks, brother. Where is it? Oh, gotcha. Thank you. So, Stab, I was going to take you up on going to that Delmonico's. I was gonna be like, tell Chell, let's go to Delmonico's because I've never been there, and you keep talking about it. And then Chell hits me up and goes, I just won a gift card for Cheesecake Factory and a gift card for Texas Roadhouse. And I thought of you, and I was like, God damn it, I was gonna ask her to go to Delmonico's. She loves both those places. Both places are great, but I still haven't had Delmonico's, dude. I didn't give me a fucking steak. Hey, listen, give me a licky licky, then fry your banana. That fucking, I heard that Delmonico's is the aura, son.
I thought it was okay. I think my old GM from Cantina runs it.
Stab says it's fucking delish. I love me a good steak.
It'd be good because I'm the pickiest man alive.
Stab, I got a serious question for you. You normally eat similar things every day. When you bite into that, when you wolf down one of those Delmonico steaks, you immediately have to run to the bathroom. I feel like a steak would go straight through you. Got a little something over there, Stab.
Copy.
I don't know where he went. There's a guy up here.
Move it!
What you guys want to do?
I'm gonna get up to them and we can parachute.
Daddy likes
Yeah,
it.
I kind of was thinking the same thing, the three of us up at the top. But
And
what's the
I'm
worst thing that
free! Free
UAV
falling!
in the area.
could happen? There's the start.
Yeah, dude, tell him, Stab, you shall not pass. You shall not pass!
It's one of the most made fun of scenes, but when you really
Dude, it's so hard, dude. Ah!
from the start, and then you go, you said it first,
You're like, tell him!
Stay
Tell him!
located. Jailbreak is kicking off soon.
I fucking love that shit. I thought I've already said it, but I'll say it again.
Dude, yeah, dude, I love that shit. When someone says they've never seen it, I'm just like, ugh. Alright. I was thinking the same
Jailbreak
thing.
is active. Watch the skies.
Yeah, you gotta jump on the ladder.
Need the
Dude, he
flashlight
looked
key.
he looked so
Our UAV
funky
is
coming up the
orbiting
ladder.
area.
Ping?
Uh-oh.
Enemy UAV
Chopper.
overhead.
Yeah, that was crazy. Dude, that's some fucking
Gas
that's
is
a fucking
inbound.
Area
The
51
gas is
shit.
starting to split. Stay sharp down there.
Who's the dude, Matt, that was on the fucking Joe Rogan Experience? That's some Bob Lazar shit, dude.
Move to the safe
Bob
zone.
Lazar was the dude that supposedly worked out at, like, whatever companies out by the Area 51 shit that were like working on like the next wave of projecting space, what is it, items through the air, and he swears that they had alien alien spacecraft out there, like they're working on jet propulsion and shit. Oh, I see where they are. That's the
I've
war.
got no clue from where.
We need to get off this fucking rock.
Requesting fire mission. Target mark.
Solid copy. Mortar strike on the way.
Watch your head. Sniper.
No hit. Shot missed. Target down.
Downed one.
Yeah, I see him. I missed him with the mortar though.
We gotta keep moving up.
I got you.
Downed another.
Getting shot at from our back.
Moving here.
They're gonna have to come to us, so just remember that. Yo, yo, my boy fucking Stab's going hard out here this riot shit. I got you, cud.
Enemy UAV active.
Yeah, right here where this rock is. Fuck yeah. These guys are gonna have to come in and get ready. They are right here. Oh, how is that not killing him? It's double blue plate. Stay right there, Matt. I'm gonna watch your left.
Moving here.
Yeah. We're good to our left, Matt. Dude, I just took so much flight when I dove near you. Yo.
New safe zone.
Hey, watch like right here.
Moving here.
Ish.
Getting shot at from observatory. Yeah.
Marking enemy.
Stab us, moved our right.
With a sniper here.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, shit. Where's Matt? I gotta hide. I gotta get behind. Yo, look at us. Oh, hell, Matt. Yo, if you guys can see us right now. Oh, we're fine. All right, this way, Matt. Come back around this way.
Just downed the 2 people over there. Or I downed 1 person over there.
I'm watching our 6.
Like over here somewhere.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, be careful.
Gas is closing in.
Friendly UAV online.
Do you guys need plates? I've got an armor box.
I'm good right this second. Yep. I got 2 UAVs. Watch out for that chopper.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
There's people up on the tower.
There's guys here.
Catwalk.
Friendly mortar strike on the way.
I'm just.
Took a round.
The gulag is locked down. Area is clear. Be advised, the gas is merging. Prep for contact.
Careful, there's dudes in that building. You guys are going into.
50 remain in the
Well, it was
AO.
on the radar. And hey, be careful. It's gonna come back. It's gonna push to us. So.
That's fine. On me.
I'm coming across. I'm right here with you, Keegan.
Hey, there's a.
We're in a
bunch
good
of
spot
stuff up
here.
On my building,
With you and I?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm hit!
Oh, I got hit.
You've got gas moving in. The gas is
Adam, I
working.
might be able to
Expect
throw a
contact.
box off the back of this building for you.
Arthur here!
It landed there.
Move to the safe zone.
Hey, there's dudes right
Hostiles
here
dropping into the area. Watch
on
your
that
side.
building, Keegan.
Okay.
Taking
Dude,
effective
fuck. I'm
fire!
running out of fucking armor. You dropped armor down here? Okay.
Requesting recon at my location!
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online.
There's people in here. We need to kill these guys. Down one, down one, down one. Push in, push in.
I got you, Adam. Good shit, Stab.
UAV is being fuel.
There's AI out here, too. So, keep your head on that swivel.
Yeah, try and load up on plates and everything. And get everything that you can. Here.
Those guys hopped off the roof. They're going to be pushing towards us.
Enemy sniper!
Oh, wow. The AI was right here. Holy shit.
Took a round!
Enemy sniper!
Careful the AI to your guys' left. Right here.
Moving!
Moving here.
25 are still active in the AO.
Don't drop too far. Get into these trees right down here. Give yourself some cover.
Oh my god, you're joking.
Stab, is that you with me?
Gas is moving
Oh, he's right in
in.
front of me.
New safe zone located.
They're right here.
Marking
No, I'm
enemy!
good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
Dropped them.
Mark the target.
Requesting
Yeah, I got it.
recon
Mark the
fire!
target.
Guy behind us, too.
UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. Mark the target.
There's a guy above us I'm trying to deal with. Shit.
Gas is inbound.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
There's people behind you too.
Yeah.
Be advised, you have teammates outside the safe
In
zone.
the road, in the road, in the road.
Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission.
There's just
25
awful
remain.
position to be in. Yeah.
We also let a team somehow wrap around behind us and be above us coming down the hills when we were down. And I don't know how the fuck they did it, because I was watching that way the whole entire time. I'll play one more.
We were getting fucking shot from behind while they were pushing around there. It was just kind of. Yo, Adam, look at that shit in the group chat.
For a month outside of the park, you little park, and see those rocket ships and your kids play on. I still remember going to the 3rd floor of the rocket ship, finishing off my coat and jerking off on the 3rd floor at 5 in the morning outside in a fucking park with leaves around me and shit. There was a lot of times I had that I wanted to visual. It's amazing. You have no fucking idea. I would go up to the 3rd floor with a bottle of fucking Smirnoff Silver vodka, a bag, a hooded sweatshirt, gloves with a missing finger, so I could fucking touch the rock and put them in my nose and shit. You know, now that's all funny. That's all funny on the way up the stairs and shit. But when
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon.
you're in that rocket ship and it's 5 in the morning and it's 22 below zero. And you're thinking to yourself, fucking God took away my mother. God did this. This is all God's fault. Because it's the same God that I was raised to believe that was going to help me is doing all this. A lot of times I wanted to fucking do a swan dive. But I didn't. You know, it's so fucking weird. I was in those positions for a long time, Joe. Yeah. Now I gotta look at you and go, Jesus Christ, look at Ike Turner's. No, Tina Turner's son killed himself
I'm
yesterday.
getting stitched up!
It was Ike's son. I thought it was Ike's son with her.
Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
That's scared.
Joey Diaz is the fucking man. The time he tells the story about his stepdad beating up the dude outside of the Yankees game, and then he goes, yeah, his name was Juan Tuero, he's a really good guy, he goes, and then shortly after that, he goes, you know, he went to jail a little bit because he stabbed a guy, he's like, and then a couple weeks later, he got out, and I seen him shoot a dude on 97th Street, and he says it like it's a matter of fact, no big deal. Then I seen him shoot a dude on 97th Street. It's like, what? Ping it. Oh, what's up, Kiki? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing, girl? You little punky bear.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Is the guy following Dad?
On you, yeah.
Intel located enemy containers holding high-value equipment. Secure the contents.
Get up your stab. So I got Dave's got an M4. Ping it. Let me know where they're at. I'm ready to rock. Fuck did these guys go? Daddy's just scaling the building.
They probably just sent the one dude to get that contract. Dude.
Assault rifle here.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Marked an SMG.
Deploying decoy.
Alright, Stab, where are you at? Stab says I got the whip. Oh. Got him. Yo, what a boss.
Stays open. 2 more to go. 2 down. Secure the last thing.
Oh, fuck.
Contract complete. All states have been secured.
Three plate here.
you 3-plate.
No, you won't.
Show you crew cut. I got a munitions box over here.
Strongholds located. Targets are marked.
That's why they call me El Capitano.
Got a kill streak here.
Gas is closing in.
Enemy UAV active.
Got movement.
What is it? Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you, senor.
Oh, Adam. Yeah. We are nowhere near.
Train like the band?
Your squad mate has entered the
Mark the
gulag.
target.
Providing her
I'll defend your honor.
Some of your team is still outside.
Oh,
the
he's
safe
got this coming. Get there, get there, get there.
Mark the target.
Get there. Almost.
Flush.
Throwing shock stick.
Careful, Keegan.
Our UAV
Enemy movement.
Not so much for that.
Enemy visual.
Mark the target. Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
I make the rules. Kill to escape. Die if you never kill for your freedom.
Squad mate lost.
Dude, I just murdered those guys.
No one left to
Dad's
follow.
back.
Stand by for redeployment.
I fucking love this map.
On contract here.
Your squad is KIA. It is up to you now.
Got a
Squad mate
contract
has
here.
failed. They are returning to base.
Marking contract.
Yeah, I could hear you. You could do undo it. You don't know that. fucking water world out here, dude. Come on, baby.
Gas is
Bah,
closing.
bah, bah.
Get to the new safe zone.
Whoa.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Someone's here somewhere.
Mark the target.
Stitched up!
I dropped one of them too.
Tossing smoke grenade!
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Did you finish those fuckers off, Dale? He says I broke that ass.
Gas is moving.
Oh, someone's breaking shit over here.
Our more strike is inbound.
Position locked.
Head to the safe zone now.
Dude, we're out here sneaking around.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Armor box marked.
No face masks. You do gotta move though. Let's get out of here. Let's maybe snag this four-wheeler and dip. Should we go after this most wanted?
Moving here!
Yeah, fuck this fucking Dale. This is some fucking hardcore fucking... Oh!
Friendly fire, asshole!
Oh!
Wanted target eliminated. Contract complete.
Oh, fucking stab.
It's hot!
Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh, heads up. Wham!
Got loot here.
Here. Oh, cash. Oh. He says if he dies, he dies.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Back knife. Hey, while we fucking around, I do got enough money to get my pistol, one of my guns.
Here I am, dun 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 dun. Rock you like a hurricane. Here I am.
You're losing ground.
Daddy says we need to link.
Be advised, you have teammates outside the safe zone.
Oh man, that's the worst when that happens. No, it's worse.
Enemy car marked.
Well, I mean, there's definitely worse things that can happen, but Tag 56 on me. Dude, I thought it was funny earlier how Anton was just going hard on Kyle. Just so random. He's like, thou shalt not. What the fuck? He was right, though.
Moving. Moving here.
I'll kill your ping. What's that name they call you? Stomp, stamp, stamp. Fucking so. Nah, he's your boy. You're the one that drinks apple cider smoothie with him. Oh, they're coming to the buy.
Down the
Fuck. Good shit. Thought I was about to get ran over for the second time.
Sniper shots good sometimes, dude.
Smart. Cash here.
Cashier.
Custom weapon here.
I have one of these if anyone needs it.
Armor satchel here.
Oh, weapon. I dropped it right there. Oh, Ev just took it. You gonna have to beef with him.
Oh, where is it? Right here? Sorry. It's not letting me
You've
drop
got
it.
gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
No, for real, it's not letting me drop it.
Hook me up.
Why
with
is it not
cash.
letting me drop it? That's shitty. Alright, let's move. He says no, it's worse.
Well, you have enough to get your weapon now, Adam. It's 2,500, yeah. They just changed it. For any weapon.
You said it's how much?
It's 25.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get mine.
Get down! Enemy sniper here!
Shit, I'm not gonna be able to get it now. Where's that motherfucker?
Gas is closing in.
Good. I'm moving up to this building, right up from
Move
yep.
to the safe zone.
Dude, I'm like the fucking cliffhanger out here, boys.
Yeah. There was a guy that
Vehicle?
was over in that area.
Taking effective fire!
Load out here, guys.
Broke one. My body stab. We gotta move.
Mark the target.
We're coming. He's right in front of you to your right, Keegan.
Got him.
Woo! We bad dudes out here. We have a chance here, boys. Dude, we have the high ground. Perfect. I didn't even know this area existed up here. I feel like a fucking... I feel like an Okie from Muskogee up here, dude. Let's go. Oh, I can drop my cash now, ironically. I know, it's fucking great, isn't it? Dude, get right up here. Hell yeah.
Gas is
Ooh, look what
closing.
Daddy's got.
Get to the new safe zone.
Oh, this is interesting. This is fucking... Hey, there's a guy right here.
Moving here! Moving!
And if, like, if... Oh. If we could, like, even just... Oh, I see him. You know, we could just, like, kind of sneak down into these
In the
trees
top
here.
25. Nicely
Oh,
done.
this guy. What? We'll sneak down here, Ruby Ridge style, boys.
Mark the target.
Yep, yep.
Gas is inbound.
Enemy
On the
sniper
ridge.
here.
Be advised. Part of your team is outside the safe zone.
Fuck!
Moving here.
I'm behind them.
Less
Rock.
than 25 were still standing. They hit us hard that time, but we will settle the score.
Sniper's down!
Alright, boys. Love you guys. I gotta go.
Alright, linger on the finger, dude.
I'll let you guys know what's up for tomorrow. Later.
Let us know.
Peace, dude.
Yeah.